Welcome back to the Veteran and Rookie Podcast.
Hey guys, welcome. It's week 15.
It is, or is it week 14?
It's week 14. My
You were
apologies.
wrong. I am your veteran Beneo,
I'm John.
the rookie, and this is the podcast.
This week in football, a lot of things happened. It was a lot of really good games.
I mean, the build up for this week was, this could be the best week of the season, and I'd say for the most part, it lived up to that.
Yeah, it was a pretty good week of football,
Um,
especially if you're a Cowboys fan.
Yeah, Cowboys had a huge fourth quarter. The Chiefs and Bengals, that lived up to all the hype.
Yeah, and Joe Burrow is still the Chiefs' daddy.
3-0 now.
3-0
The
against
Jets got very close to upsetting the Vikings.
Yeah,
That was a fun game. We had our second tie of the season. Exhilarating. I'd say probably the most underwhelming game of the week was Titans-Eagles. And I think the Titans have set themselves apart as a Tier 2 team.
yes.
Because they had earlier in the season, they lost to the Giants, got destroyed by the Bills. But that was a little while ago. They were close with the Chiefs a few weeks ago, and it felt like maybe they had improved. But after the game against the Eagles, it's like you are a certified Tier 2 team. You'll beat the bad teams, but when you run into a great team, you're done.
Yeah, but also the Eagles have struggled beating bad teams.
And then they destroyed the Titans. So
And then they destroyed the Titans. So I think
A.J. Brown wanted that revenge game, and he got it.
they're kind of weird.
Who, the Titans?
No, the Eagles, because the Eagles almost lost to the Packers, and they almost lost to.
I wouldn't say they almost lost to the Packers. I would say they were in control of most of that game. Even though it was a little bit back and forth, it kind of always felt like Philadelphia was in control.
But if Rodgers got that last drive in, though, because they only won by 7, it was 40-33.
Yeah.
Their defenses could not stop each other.
Yeah, I mean, if the Packers had a defense, but even though the Packers' offense was scoring points, the defense couldn't stop a bloody nose, and so it didn't really feel like the Packers could do a whole lot.
Yeah, but the week before that, they almost lost to the Colts. I love the meme where it's like the guy who's like the basketball guy who's like crying and taking off his jersey and throwing it into the crowd. I like that meme because it's like the Eagles winning by 1 point to one of the worst teams in football right now.
Yeah, I mean, they beat a team that beat the Chiefs, so
They did. So
the Colts did do that.
the Colts are certified good team?
Question mark?
Question mark.
The Raiders have won 3 straight.
The rapist is back. Or I mean the Raiders. Yeah, they're
The
good.
Raiders. I mean, they are. Let's see. Does that make them 5-6 now?
Stop.
5-7, and their upcoming games against the Rams on Thursday night. Yeah, Rams aren't very good.
Guess who they have as a quarterback?
The Patriots are very winnable. The Steelers aren't good, and then they got the 49ers, who just lost their top 2 quarterbacks now.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not saying the Raiders are good, but they have some good talent. And if they can figure it out down the stretch, and if they can have a few things go their way.
Super Bowl team.
I wouldn't say that, but I mean, maybe they sneak into that 7 seed.
Maybe.
Because, I mean, they got I would say they have a top 3 wide receiver and running back.
I think Devontae Adams is in the conversation for 2 or 3 or 2 or
Yeah.
1.
I'm saying, at the very least, they have a top 3 receiver and a top 3 running back on their team.
I saw a crazy stat today that Devontae Adams is getting the most yards per catch in his entire career this season.
Oh, yeah?
Because he has to. Because there's like no
They're just
help.
going to launch it deep to him.
They just have to launch it deep to him. He's like, frick it. He's down there somewhere.
Yeah, and then he comes up. I mean, let's see, because I have Adams in fantasy. He got 177 and 2 touchdowns this week.
Yeah.
Josh Jacobs had a $144 and another touchdown.
Yeah, Josh Jacobs balled out last week.
All of a sudden, out of nowhere, he is just having a career year. He's going to get paid now because he's in a contract year because they declined his 5th-year option. So either the Raiders are going to pay him, somebody else is. He's going to be making some big bucks, though.
He should go to the Bills. The Bills have no run game besides Josh Allen.
Yeah, he had $144 against the Chargers, 229 against Seattle.
Running?
Yes.
Or all purpose?
Running.
What the
He had
frick?
74 receiving as well against Seattle. So he had over
Jeez.
300
Oh
all-purpose
my
yards.
gosh.
109 yards against Denver. He went on a little bit of a cold stretch there. He only had 43 yards against the Saints. But then against Houston, 143. Against Kansas City, 154. Against Denver, 144.
Crazy, man.
He has been going off this season.
Yeah, the Raiders have the talent, or they have two talents.
They have the talent. And, Carr's a serviceable quarterback. And Max Crosby's getting it done on defense.
Yeah.
Obviously, there's 10 other guys on defense that also need to get said thing done, but that's better than what they had going earlier in the season. So
Earlier in the season, they were 0-6, weren't they?
I don't think they were quite that bad, but
They're 1-6.
they started off 0-3. They before their bye, they were 1-4. So
I think at one point they were 1-6, and now they're 5-7.
yeah, they're on a little bit of a hot streak now. So, and if they could hold on to some leads, because they choked it like a 20-point lead to Arizona and a 17-point lead to Jacksonville. That could be 2 more wins right there.
Dude,
Then they're 7-5. They lost by 5 to the Colts. Lost to Kansas City by 1. Lost to the Titans by 2. Lost to the Chargers by 5.
yeah.
Their only game that hasn't finished with them winning, or that hasn't finished with them losing by more than one score was against the Saints of all teams.
How much was that one?
24-0.
Oh,
Yeah.
that's fun.
So they've got the talent there. They're almost like the anti-Vikings in a lot of ways, because all of the Vikings wins have come by 1 score.
Yeah, I think. Maybe I'm thinking of a different stat. Oh yeah. I was thinking the Bills stat. The Bills in the last or in all their 3 games before. Wait, are they 9-3 right now?
Yep.
I think in their 3 games they lost by a combined total of 12 points or something. Maybe correct me on
Yeah,
that.
they were losing just a bunch of close games.
Yeah, I'm gonna go back and check that real quick. They lost
Because they were, I think, 0-6 at one point, going back to last year also in 1-score games.
Yeah.
So when they won big. That changed pretty early on the season because they beat Baltimore by 3.
Yes. Which I'm happy about, breaking the streak like that.
Yeah.
Because they were down by 17 to Baltimore, and then they came back and beat them.
And then they beat Detroit by 3 points as well, beat Cleveland by 8. So they're learning to win these close games, beat Kansas City by 4.
Yeah.
I think one of the big disappointments this week, though, was Tua and the Dolphins.
Yeah, that last drive, he could have got it.
He was looking like rookie Tua again.
Yeah, he was looking like beginning of the season. Because remember, beginning of the season, he was missing wide open receivers,
Mm-hmm.
especially Tyreek Hill, because of the speed there.
Maybe that's just because they're playing the best defense in the league, and maybe he's a little antsy or something. I don't know, but felt like he went a couple steps backwards in this week's game.
Yeah, he could have had it there and decided to throw a pick. I think it was a pick 6 or very close to it.
Yeah, I think so.
And then they scored, and then they gave him the ball back, and he was like, "Nah, I don't think 1 is enough, maybe 2." And then he threw another pick, and then the game they kneeled it out.
So do you think San Francisco's going to be screwed now that they're down to their 3rd quarterback?
I don't think so.
You don't think so?
I don't think so. I think I can't remember the dude's name, but
Brock Purdy?
Brock Purdy, yeah.
The backup quarterback?
Yeah, I saw a video on how he kind of plays like Garoppolo. He's like a smaller Garoppolo.
Yeah. Well, that offense is very quarterback friendly too.
Yes.
Like it's not just like you can plug and play anybody, but
yeah, like just put
it's easier than a lot of other offenses.
Give McCaffrey the ball, he'll run it, he'll catch it, he'll throw it.
Just some simple reads.
Deebo Samuel's an excellent number 2.
Yep. So
he's a good receiver 1 out there.
So even with their 3rd-string quarterback, their next 4 games now: Tampa Bay, at Seattle, hosting Washington, at Las Vegas.
That's not a bad schedule.
That's not bad. We'll see with the Bucks. They did win against the Saints, but
By 1 point.
Yeah, did you watch that game?
I watched most of it. I watched the last 5 seconds.
Oh, okay, yeah, because with 3 minutes left in the game, The Saints were up 16-3.
Yeah, I was at the hot spring and I was sitting in a hot tub, and there's some people behind me like cheering and stuff when Brady got that touchdown. I was like, bro, don't cheer for that.
And then it got brought back for holding.
Yeah, and then a commercial came on,
And then
like,
they did it again.
I'm not doing this. The commercial was like saying stuff, and I was like, I don't want to watch Brady.
Chicken, waffle.
Italian bacon sausage.
Stop.
BK, have it your way. You rule.
Okay, so last week on the show we had our very first guest on, David.
Yay, David.
Great episode. Go back last week and check that out. So he joined us in both the draft and also with our weekly pick'em. So now recapping last week, game of the week, I went with the Dolphins and the 49ers. You went with the Chiefs and the Bengals.
Yeah, buddy.
David took the Eagles and the Titans. So that's an easy dub for you right there. Blowout of the week. David went with Bills over Patriots. They won by 14.
Yeah.
You went with Packers over Bears. They won by 9.
Yep.
And I went with Cowboys over Colts, who won by 35.
You did go with Cowboys over Colts.
I did. That turned out to be the right pick.
Best choice there, yeah, for sure.
Good thing the game isn't only 3 quarters long.
Exactly, because then I would have still
lost
because David would have got that.
Yeah. Speaking of would have still lost, after Sunday, Trevor Lawrence had gotten me 18.3 fantasy points. He was my fantasy player of the week. David went with Justin Jefferson, who underperformed, but still got 18.6. So 0.3 more than me.
That sucks.
And then going into last night, you had a chance to win it. Didn't take much, and then Mike Evans gave you 9.
He did give me 9. It was not my favorite performance there from.
So David
Evans
gets his first W in the draft, and it didn't stop there. Upset of the week. We both took L's. I had Texans over Browns. You took the Rams over the Seahawks. David went with the Raiders over the Chargers. So W for him there.
Yeah.
Lowest scoring game of the week. You took my strategy, and it worked for you. Broncos-Ravens ended with a total of 19 points.
W.
I took the Steelers and the Falcons.
The Steelers alone.
Was like 19-16, so still fairly low scoring. It was lower scoring than David's game. Commanders-Giants, which finished in a 20-20 tie.
Yep.
And then
not high scoring on any of those games.
So updated standings there. I'm up to 26.
Frick.
You got 17. David's got himself 2.
Yeah, good for David.
But I mean, if we're looking at like percentages and whatnot, but
there was 3 of us there. And,
yeah.
And instead of a 2, we have a 50-50. You get 2.5 points instead of getting 3 is like, frick. How many is that? I don't know.
Yeah,
it's
a certain amount.
It's like 1.69, I think, is what you're supposed to get, and he got 2. So,
yeah,
good for him.
And then for our pick'ems, I went 8-6-1, which is fine. David went 10-4-1.
Dang.
And then you went 11-3-1.
Hey, let's go.
You were killing it. You were like 7-1-1 at one point. Like you were killing it. That brings our updated standings. I'm 96, 97-2. So I'm 1 game below 500.
Yeah, you get there.
I love that we also have 2 ties now. You got 112, 81-2. Just extending your lead even more.
Creamy.
And then David, of course, a 10-4-1 record.
That's pretty
in
good.
his only week. So
10-4-1 is way better than both of us.
Yeah, I mean, if you look at our first weeks, I went 4-11-1. You went 7-8-1.
Why am I better at this than you?
I don't know.
Oh.
I am kind of like slowly catching up to, not you, but 500. So like, there's that.
Check me out as I just miss all of them this week.
Watch you choke big time
That'd be
down
cute.
the stretch.
Yeah, really funny stuff there.
That'd be awesome.
Yeah, I actually don't think it would be awesome.
I would love that.
Yep.
Should we go to our fun draft of the week?
Fun draft of the week. Yeah, we're here. It's fruit this time. We're not doing a football position filling today.
Yeah, we're just gonna go with the good old classic, just draft.
Yeah,
not for position, but just
to draft them.
Just to have them on your team.
Yeah, it's not like the best fruit, but it's like the fruit. You know what I'm saying?
The fruit of all time.
It's So true. And who goes first in this one? Is it the coin flip?
Sure. Let's see. Yeah. Oh, there it is. I was looking for my dollar coin.
Did you find it?
I did.
All right, you should flip it now.
Okay, you want to call it?
Yeah, tails never fails.
It failed you.
Oh,
no.
I was gonna say tails never fails. So give me head.
You
give me
but
heads.
you did not.
Don't give me head. But like,
You didn't say either anything.
okay, what are you taking first?
First I'm gonna go with the classic.
I'm going
You
apple.
can't go wrong here. I am going apple.
Really? Okay. Yeah.
You can't go wrong with that pick.
Well, you can't go wrong. But
Maybe
you
it's not the flashiest, but he's gonna get the job done.
You can't go wrong, but you can go early, I guess. I think apple's a third, maybe second round if you're pushing it. Apple's a good fruit, but I don't think he's that guy.
I mean, you think of fruit and it's like apple. Like when you go to the grocery store or whatever, and you're like weighing the fruit, and you click on what it is or whatever, and it's a picture of an apple for fruit.
Yeah, but what do you get from apple?
Apple represents
fruit
as a whole.
You got apple as itself, just as an apple. You got apple
like the 800 different types of apples.
Yeah, whatever. You got apple as itself. You can just eat an apple.
Mm-hmm.
You got apple pie.
Yep.
You got apple cider, apple juice, whatever.
Apple sauce.
Apple sauce, sure, yeah.
Yeah.
I'm going to take banana because banana's better. As a fruit, I don't prefer the flavor.
See, this
over
is
it.
where I feel like you're reaching, though, because banana was on my board, but he was like late second, early third, maybe.
I don't think that's right, though, because banana is that guy. Banana,
I think he is.
Yeah.
I enjoy banana greatly.
He's such a versatile player, though, that he can go in a smoothie, he can go in a milkshake, he can go in a pie, he can have a banana cream pie.
Yeah,
he can go
one
into
of the greatest pies out there.
Bread. You're gonna have apple bread. You got apple bread, banana.
I've had it before.
You've had apple bread.
Banana bread's better.
Exactly. Thank you.
Yeah,
and it goes with a lot of things. It plays well with almonds, or not almonds. Excuse me, cashews.
Just nuts in general.
It plays well with nuts in general. Peanut butter. You can put some peanut butter nut on top of that banana and just eat it. Yeah. Healthy snack. Good for you. Peanut butter. Good? Protein. Yeah, so that's my pick, and I feel comfortable with that.
Good pick. Where are you going to go on the snake?
We are doing snake, that's right.
So we normally do snake for this.
Oh, man. There's a lot of good options here. I'm very tempted to go with one of the big heavy hitters, but I think you won't choose him until later.
Okay.
So I'm gonna take blueberry.
Okay.
I'm gonna take blueberry, and I know
That's a solid pick.
Yeah, I know you're gonna take him later, but hear me out.
Sure, go on. Reach down my draft board.
Blueberry's good.
It is.
That's all I'm gonna say.
It's good.
Solid fruit.
Exactly. It's solid. I don't think it's
think
early second round solid.
Okay, look. I can get some star players later down the board, but I need somebody to hold my team together, and Blueberry's that guy.
Mm-hmm.
As my forward is Banana, of course, because he is that guy. He can get in there, he can do work.
Sure, yeah.
And Blueberry just holds down the fort. I think
he
can do well in the position that you give him, and I think that's all I need him for. I just need him to do well. I don't need him to do outstanding. No one's gonna be like talking about him at the press conference, but he helps. He pushes other players up.
My second round pick, I'm going to go with one of Banana's best friends in Strawberry. He's probably a little pissed that he didn't make it onto his friend's squad, but I'll gladly take him. You get a little bit of a sweetness with the Strawberry. I think it's a good complement with the apple, maybe not together like a strawberry and a banana would.
I think they'd fight, honestly. I don't think they're going to get along. It's going to be like
I think
Shaq
they will,
and Kobe.
because I think they'll know that they each kind of have their own part. That, apple can be in more of like the sour realm, while the strawberry's more in the sweet side of things.
I think that's a bad pick to have on the same team. I don't think they play well together.
I think we're well versed. Yeah. I think we can cover.
You got two
all
strong
kinds of
players
things.
in a very similar position there, I think.
I don't think they're in similar positions at all.
I think they are.
Well, the way that I'm orchestrating my roster, they're not.
Sure.
Okay, I didn't draft two quarterbacks. Maybe you thought I did.
Yeah, it's kind of like Taysom Hill.
Sure. And then let's see. Next round, I'm gonna go with some peaches. Peaches are good. Don't look at me like that. Like the guy who just drafted blueberries in the second round
Peaches weren't even on
glares
my
at
board.
me. about peaches in
Peaches
the third.
weren't on my board. There's so many better players out there who will perform better than Peaches.
I don't know. Peaches are a top dog out there.
Peaches are good flavor. I mean, they're fine.
Exactly.
But they're not
That's what you need in a
in
fruit.
my top 5. They just aren't.
Well, blueberries aren't in my top 5, so
They were, though. You said they're on your board.
that doesn't mean they're on my top 5. I got more than 5 players on my board.
Blueberries are much better as a fruit than...
I disagree, but this is why we each drafted our own teams.
Okay.
Where are you going in the third?
I'm going to take orange.
Okay.
Orange is one of... he is
One
like
of the flavors of all time.
I
Yes.
think he's up there. I think he's a heavy hitter. Him and apples and oranges, right?
Yeah.
And I think it's a travesty that he fell this far, but I'm glad to take him.
Yeah, but you would want to see Apple go to the 4th.
I would have taken apple here if he was available.
Yeah.
I would have taken apple, not over orange, but if you would have had orange, I think I would have taken apple in this third round here, maybe even second if you didn't take him.
Sure.
But oranges, I think oranges can compete head on with apple. I think he goes strong against him, and I think it's kind of funny how I got him in the third round, and you have your first round only being able to complete with my second round, because I don't think that apple.
Sure, they play the same position, but Apple is stronger at his position than the orange.
Orange doesn't have to be strong; he's smarter. He's
Sure,
smarter
but just
player.
all around is a better player. Like Apple's an A and Orange is a B. Like Orange is good, but he's not as good as the Apple.
No, he's not. I disagree with that heartily, because if you look at the numbers, if you look at statistics, Orange is just better out there. I mean, Apple's a flashy player.
Though.
He is. You can't argue with that.
What numbers are you talking about?
The numbers.
Name some of them.
Orange juice is better than apple juice.
Okay.
That's the only numbers I need.
That's the okay. Yeah, I'll have a classic orange pie.
Orange goes in a lot of things. You can't just put apple zest in things. You gotta zest an apple and put it in something banana.
Watch me.
Okay, that's if you want to use your apples like that. All right, I'm gonna take the Shaquille O'Neal of this league. I'm gonna take watermelon.
Okay, yep. He was on my board. I almost took him in the third.
Watermelon is
Decided not
a huge body. He's out there. He's making plays, and he's making other people fall down. And he's a powerhouse, and he absolutely powers Apple out of there. And I think everyone on your team at the same time.
I'm gonna head out to like Staples. I'm gonna get a bunch of rubber bands.
Yeah, you're just
put them
gonna
around your watermelon.
He's just gonna let you do that.
100 of them around him. Stream it on TikTok Live. And
Thank you for doing that to my players.
You're welcome.
I feel like I'm gonna throw a flag there if you start putting rubber bands around my players.
Fourth round, I'm gonna go with pineapple. He was kind of like my backup to watermelon. I know they're different, but also similar body types and whatnot.
Yeah.
The pineapple is the porcupine of fruit, as everyone calls it.
Everyone does say that.
They all say that because it's a little bit pokey. It's good if you have a little bit too much of it on your tongue all at once. Feels a little weird, but it's good. Good stuff. And then fifth round, maybe drafting for a little bit of depth.
Can I say something about pineapple there?
Oh, go for it.
I think pineapple plays, and he always has. He's played second fiddle to watermelon, and he just tries.
The same way that oranges play second fiddle to apples.
I disagree, but
I agree with myself.
This is your GM, Apple. This is your okay.
This is me.
I bet Apple feels good about that, but I think
Apple knows he deserves to go first, and he did.
Okay, Orange deserves to go second.
Pre-draft?
Orange deserves to go second, or maybe even first.
So you didn't take him second. I bet he feels great about that.
I know you didn't want him.
Yeah.
So I took him later on because I think there's some better players.
I bet he feels very valued by you.
No, he's a good player, and I drafted him as such. Maybe it was a little bit low, but I feel like I could have got value out of it, and I did. And I feel first off, pineapple, second fiddle, like I said, and I think he's putting himself.
I'm well aware.
Where he doesn't belong, like on pizza.
I think he belongs there just fine.
And me personally,
I think for on our team, we're going to spread him around more on there.
Just have a pineapple pizza. We just covered the whole top with pineapple.
Maybe, or put them on other pizzas.
Okay, you just put them on other things in the sandwich, pineapple sandwich.
Yeah, you ever had a pineapple sandwich?
Pineapple tomato soup.
Good stuff.
Just dip some pineapple into tomato soup.
Pineapple is the bacon of fruit.
It isn't. It is not.
I wanted to say that though.
I get that you wanted to say that, and I know that you did, but it's not the same way that it is. You don't. It's not. What's your next?
Look, I know it's a 4th round pick.
No,
like,
no,
what do you want to do?
Okay, yeah, whatever.
It's a 4th round pick.
Whatever.
You're not going to get a lot of superstars down here. This is more of a personal favorite of mine. I doubt he's on your board, but him and we go way back, and I think I can get a role for him on this offense. It's the Kiwi.
Kiwis. I like Kiwi as a player.
Kiwi, like if I'm drafting personal favorites, Kiwi's going top, like third round at the latest.
Absolutely.
But I knew I could get him in the 5th, so I went ahead and I did.
You know, you can always like a player. You can be a fan of that player. You can love that player, and they just won't be the best player out there that you're able to pick.
Exactly. Like he's a fan favorite. Is he going to break 1,000 yards?
Maybe. We'll see.
Maybe twice in his career.
Yeah.
Will he step up in the playoffs though? Absolutely.
I don't know about that.
He's the Julian Edelman of fruit.
I think he'll do his job, and his job is to. I don't want to say mediocre because that's a harsh word, but the fans love him, and that's what he does.
He gets in the trenches. He's not flashy. You know, he doesn't do a lot of things, but what he does well.
I wouldn't say well, but he is.
I put him on the pizza with the pineapple. I will say that, you know, one time he did try to expand a little bit, went into the Juice World. I was personally not a fan, so we're going to probably be holding him back from that.
Juice World died from a seizure.
Exactly. That's why we're keeping him away from that.
Oh, I don't personally have a problem with the fruit coming into a Juice World, and I liked it. I liked this fruit.
Okay.
I liked the juice. I did. And
last pick of the draft, where are you going?
Last pick of the draft. There's still a lot of good players. Lemon's out there. Lemon's a good player. He does
what he does.
He does what he does, and he does it well. I think Lemonade is a top 3 juice drink.
Sure, yeah.
I'd put it at 2. I'd put Lemonade at 2, but we're not drafting drinks.
Mm-hmm.
I'm just gonna go with cherries. I'm going with cherries.
Okay, yeah.
Cherries are a small, versatile player. They're soft on the outside and hard on the inside.
A little bit prickly. It gets in your teeth. Not a fan of that personally.
The pit.
No.
That gets you. How big are your gaps in your teeth? What are you talking about?
I don't know why, but I was thinking about raspberries.
Different thing. Also,
it is different.
Raspberries are good fruit. I don't want to offend anybody who's...
Cherries are completely different than raspberries.
Yeah, I don't want to offend anybody who's a big fan of cherry or raspberries, excuse me.
Raspberry was like my backup 5th round pick.
Yeah, raspberry's a really good flavor guy. That's all I'll say about him.
Texture guy. And
I don't mind his texture, but he's just not up there.
I don't like when his crap gets in my teeth. Okay, and I hold a grudge against him for that.
I don't like when his bulk... Yeah, I picked cherries. They're soft when they. You
ever just try to be eating like raspberry yogurt? And then
I like them.
And then they pops. Let it. And then they're fine until they get stuck in the back of your teeth. They're stuck in your molars.
And then you have something to mess with for the next hour. You're
no,
it
pisses me off.
Okay, I guess I'm more loving than you.
Okay,
I just am a more accepting person of the. Fruits.
I don't put up with people's bullcrap.
I don't think that's bullcrap. I
think it 100% is. I think he does. I think he doesn't need to do it, and he does it.
Okay, you know who doesn't need to do something?
Huh?
Pineapple, and he does not need to go on pizza.
Yes, he does.
Okay,
he belongs on there for those who know what they want.
Hold on. Me personally, I don't mind pineapple on pizza. I will eat it.
Mm-hmm.
But for the masses, for the people out there, I could go the rest of my life without having pineapple on pizza.
The masses being 50% of people.
I could go the rest of my life without having pineapple on pizza, but I will eat pineapple on pizza because I don't think it's an egregious sin. However, most people will tell you...
Most people being about 50%.
Okay, that was a very small survey. Okay, so shut the... I'm just saying, for the fans out there who didn't like this action, I have no problem.
Well, you know, we'll let the GMs do their job. Okay, the fans might think that they know more than the GMs, but who's getting paid to make the picks?
Yeah. Also, I'm a big fan.
Who watched film?
I'm a big fan of pineapple juice.
Yeah,
I think he pairs really well with some cranberry juice and some either tonic water, or you can even do a good old Canada Dry, and that'll help you. That'll make you not sick right away.
Yeah, it sounds like you need some of that.
I do need some of that. I haven't had any of that yet. I'm thinking of it right now
on the podcast.
Yeah, I'm thinking like a metal straw, like a little loser.
You need some in a little soda can.
No, a nice cold metal straw, some ice in there, and like a mason jar. Drink it right up, like this. That's me.
Just like that.
Just like that. Yeah, I have memories of being like laying on the bathroom floor with a pillow, just waiting to throw up because I knew.
And just downing the pineapple juice.
Gulp, and it made me feel better until I threw it up.
Until you threw up the pineapple juice.
Yeah, so I don't have any quarrels with pineapple. I feel like I was a bit harsh earlier with pineapple, and I'm sorry about that. But
and I'd also like to apologize to Raspberry. I didn't mean that personally. It's just we've had some run-ins in the past. That's all.
That's understandable. Yeah, and if I could choose another, I think I would choose Raspberry. Mm-hmm. If my 6th round pick, I would choose Raspberry. That's just how I feel about it.
Yep.
Well, if you had a 6th round pick, where would you go?
I might go Raspberry. Raspberry was there for me in the 6th round. Raspberry or his cousin, the Blackberry.
Blackberry goes hard.
Yep.
I don't think I like his flavor as much, but his personality's there.
Mm-hmm.
It's he's
had a little bit of a rough upbringing. A lot of people saying, "Why couldn't you be like your cousin, the Raspberry?" But I think that
he didn't have a dad.
It gives him a little bit of fire to kind of prove himself.
Yeah, Raspberry had a dad.
Until he went to go get gas station milk.
Well, that was his cousin. His cousin Blackberry, actually.
Yes, that's what I'm saying.
And Blackberry had a couple run-ins with the law, and
we don't need to go there right now.
We don't need to go there, and I'm sorry.
This is a PC podcast.
Yeah.
Week 14.
Week 14 of the
We're
NFL.
here. What the frick? We're like, how is it almost over?
I don't like this.
I don't like this at all.
Last week of fantasy football until
in the regular
playoffs.
season, yeah.
Yeah.
We're both fighting for consolation seedings.
What if I just win out in the
like you win the consolation bracket?
Yeah.
Good for you, I guess.
But I have
You're the best of the worst teams.
Yeah, but right now I'm the second worst of the worst teams.
You are.
So I want you to stay in this bracket, and I want to be able to beat you.
There's no I think I'm mathematically eliminated, or I'm like very close to being mathematically eliminated.
It's the last week.
Yeah, I think I'll almost. I would need like 10 things to go my way to make it, including me having to score like 200 plus points, since that is our tiebreaker. And so if I finished with a 7-7 record, I could maybe sneak into the 6th seed. That would require the right people losing, and,
if both of them lose,
scoring, like 200 points, and then whoever I'm against in that tiebreaker there, not scoring at all. So technically, I'm not eliminated, but I'm out.
I think you could do it.
I'm fighting for the 1 seed in the consolation bracket. I'm trying to get myself a first round bye in the consolation bracket.
Me too.
You're not going to. Mathematically, you are stuck in 11th place.
Stop talking.
Win. Well, I guess if you lose, then you could fall to 12th. If you lose and 12th place wins,
I don't like
you
that.
could fall.
Oh
no.
Let's talk about NFL and
let's talk about the NFL in our draft. If anyone listening is unfamiliar, what we do here is we draft the games as if they are positions, and the 5 categories or positions, whatever, are best game, biggest blowout, lowest scoring game, upset of the week, and fantasy player of the week. I don't remember who went first. Well, I remember David went first last time. I went second, so you can pick first in this week's draft. Where are you going?
I don't know. I don't love this week. This week does not feel the best from just how I'm seeing it. You know what I'm saying? I'm going to go fantasy player of the week here.
Okay.
And I believe it is the Vikings bye, and I was going to go with Justin Jefferson.
Oh, but you can... Actually, no, they play Lions this week.
They play the Lions this week? Yeah, I'll go with Justin Jefferson.
Justin Jefferson, that's where David went last week. and he won him the category by 0.3 points.
Yeah, I think he'll do a lot better against these Lions.
I should have done what David was saying his backup was the Amon-Ra St. Brown.
Yeah, he had
'Cause he
28
did
points.
Way better than Lawrence.
He was on my fantasy team, but it did not matter because I got blown out.
You did.
I got 148 points, which is pretty respectable.
And then David, who you're going against, got what, 160 or something?
175.
Oh, baby.
It was not my favorite.
You were second in scoring this week.
I was beating him before Monday. I was beating him by 0.5 points or 1.6 points or something like that.
And then his Buccaneers players.
He had one. He had Mike Evans, and he had
no, he had Chris Godwin.
Or he had Chris Godwin. That's right.
Kamara.
And Kamara. Kamara only ended up getting like 1.5 points or something.
He didn't do much.
But that was just enough to beat me. And then on top of that, Godwin balled out.
Yep.
Should have gone with Godwin. Still would have lost, but you know.
Yeah, you still would have. My fantasy player of the week this week, I'm gonna go with Devontae Adams. He's been balling out the last couple weeks. They're playing just a bad Rams team on Thursday night. Mm-hmm. And, I mean, who would have thought going into the season that when, in week 14, Rams-Raiders, that the Raiders would be, like, big favorites.
Yeah.
They're 6-point favorites traveling to L.A.
That sucks.
So if it was in Vegas, they'd probably be close to 10-point favorites.
Yeah, but he's also going to have, what's his name? He's going to have the DB on him. The good.
Ramsey?
He's going to have Ramsey on him.
Ramsey's been getting burnt all year.
Ramsey has not been playing good this year. I think he might pick it up closer to this end of year, but I don't think he's going to be with the Rams for much longer.
Yeah, I don't. We'll see. Yeah, whether it's on his end or their end.
Yeah, but I think he'll play better on a better team.
Yeah.
And I think the same thing for can't remember his name, defensive line.
Aaron Donald?
Aaron Donald.
I think Aaron Donald's going to stick around there, or he's going to retire. I think he stays around there just because of the contract he just signed. I think he'll play a little bit longer, but we'll see.
I hope.
But at the same time, like, he doesn't really have anything else more to prove.
He got his ring.
Yeah, he got his ring. He's won Defensive Player of the Year I think he won it 3 years in a row, like 2017 to 2020. So, yeah. He's already headed to the Hall of Fame.
For sure. One of the best of all time.
Oh, yeah.
And probably the best in the league right now.
The biggest thing right now he's chasing would be another ring and records.
Yeah, and another ring's not going to happen this year.
Not this year. I'm going to go upset of the week, and I'm going to pick the Lions over the Vikings because the Lions have just been on something else these last few weeks.
That head coach
destroyed Jacksonville. Granted, Jacksonville's not great.
Bad players.
They beat New York.
Mm-hmm.
They almost beat the Bills on Thanksgiving.
Didn't like that.
Like this Lions team, they've been different these last couple of weeks. And, they got a little bit of that fire in them. They've won 4 of their last 5, and that one was to Buffalo by 3 points. Last time these two teams played, back in week 3, they almost beat the Vikings. So, and that just came down at the end with their defense crumbling. And as bad as their defense was, because, beginning of the season, they had the best offense, the worst defense. Their offense isn't as good as it was, I guess, like numbers-wise and whatnot, but it's hard to compete with like the Bengals and the Chiefs in that category.
But their defense has been picking it up.
Yeah, their offense is still good. They got Jamison Williams, who was their first-round rookie wide receiver. He came back last week for his first time playing in the NFL. So
did he do good?
He only played 6 snaps because he tore his ACL like late in his college career. And so that's kind of why he kind of fell to them, and he hasn't played yet. But I feel like he might be slowly integrated into the offense. And if he can get back to like what he was doing in college, because he was fast at Alabama. So I don't think he'll be a big factor in this one, but I think the Vikings fall to Detroit.
I think that's reasonable.
Detroit,
I don't think is as good as their record.
You think they're better than their record?
Not Detroit. The Vikings, I don't think.
10-2. Yeah, like they feel like there should be 8-4, maybe 7-5.
They should have lost to the Bills. I
Yeah.
think. That was some bull crap. But
that was 2 Josh Allen interceptions and a fumble.
Yep, some bull crap. That's what I'm talking about.
Where are you going to go for upset of the
We
week?
go Chargers over Dolphins.
Okay.
'Cause I don't think the Dolphins are as good as their record either.
I don't think
And-
the Chargers are as good as their record.
Yeah, but I think Justin Herbert's a really good quarterback, and his team is just kind of crumbled around him. with all these injuries and stuff. I think the Chargers are as good as their 5-6 record,
6-6.
or 6-6, excuse me.
I guess so, but it just feels like the Dolphins just are the better team. They have the better coach.
I like him. He's cool.
And how much better is Tua than Herbert than Tua?
Negligible, I think.
He is better than Tua, but
I don't
is
think
it by a ton? Like for this season specifically, at least, doesn't really feel like it.
I think they can pull it out.
Yeah.
That's just my thoughts there.
Yep. I mean that Chargers team is still talented. So
Oh,
where are you going?
I'm gonna go ahead and go to game of the week.
Mm-hmm.
I'll take Buccaneers and Niners
Okay.
because Tom Brady, the GOAT, and one of the best defenses in the league right now with incredible offense. The Bucs defense is pretty good too. They haven't been the greatest recently, but
Yeah.
they were pretty good at the beginning of the season. They're not terrible now. I think they can. They need to pick it up if they're going to make a playoff run.
Do they though? Like, no one else is really doing that great in that division.
Well, yeah, I guess.
Like the Falcons and the Panthers and the Saints, they're kind of just handing it to them.
That is right. And, I mean, a run in the playoffs. Like,
Oh yeah, for in the
to be
playoffs.
doing anything in the playoffs.
Yeah, I don't even know if that matters though. Like, I think we know what the Buccaneers are, and they're a 20 points a game team with an above average defense.
Yeah, but a
And
lot of these
that's
better
about it.
teams, like the Bills and the Bengals and the Chiefs, are scoring more than 20 points.
Exactly.
So that's what I'm saying. I'm saying they need to keep it a little bit down.
Yeah.
Because they let the Saints score 16 on them, and the
Mhm.
Saints are awful.
Yeah. I mean, 16's not a ton, but
But the Saints?
yeah.
So that's my game of the week. That's just
Okay. I feel like the 49ers might kind of, because their defense has been on fire the last
Blowing it up,
5 weeks now. And
the racist.
as long
What's
as
his name?
Nick Bosa,
Nick Bosa, the racist.
as long as, Brock Purdy can just be a game manager, really. Just don't make big mistakes. Make a couple nice throws here and there. Hand it off to Christian McCaffrey. Have it so it's schemed up so that, he has some nice easy throws to Kittle and McCaffrey and Samuel and Ayuk and anybody else out there. I think 49ers have a good chance of winning and winning by like 10 plus.
Yeah, but I think it'll be a good game.
Yeah.
And also, picking up Christian McCaffrey mid-season, what an awesome pickup, though.
Oh, yeah.
What an
And
incredible.
the fact he hasn't gotten hurt yet.
Yeah, I mean, all running backs are susceptible to.
Yeah, but I feel like
Injury.
Christian McCaffrey, because he played like 6 games between 2020 and 2021, something like that. Like, maybe it was more than that, but it wasn't a lot.
In the 2021 and 2020
Like
season?
those 2 years combined.
Oh, both seasons?
Like 3 games, 6 games a year, something like that. Like he was hurt all the time. So the fact that he's been able to stay healthy pretty much all year, especially since the trade, has been, that's a good thing to see. I like Christian McCaffrey, and I like watching him run.
That was why I didn't want to draft him for fantasy. I was going to take Cup or something over him, but I was handed Cup because I was late in. But if I had the chance, I would have taken Cup over McCaffrey. And the irony now is that Cup is all injured.
Yeah, Cup's the one out, and McCaffrey's the one who's balling.
Balling out, dude.
Game of the week, I'm gonna go Jets-Bills.
Okay.
The Jets, they kept things close with the Vikings. Mike White, yet another solid game there. He did throw 2 interceptions, but he's also got more touchdowns than Zach Wilson does already. He's got 5 touchdowns, and the Bills feel like they're a little bit, for the past few months even, they're just a little bit more susceptible than they were in the beginning of the season.
Shut the
The Jets beat the Bills already with Zach Wilson, so
That did happen, but I don't like to think about it.
this is a big game for both teams because the Bills, they're trying to stay in front in the AFC there, trying to get that 1 seed in the first round bye. And, the Jets are fighting to make the playoffs for the first time in 12 years.
Yeah.
So,
and the Dolphins have already beat the Bills, excuse me.
Yep.
And,
so I think this is going to be maybe similar to the other game, maybe even a little more high scoring now that Mike White is a real NFL quarterback.
And not terrible.
Yeah.
And then
Bills are still 9-point favorites. But
yeah, but when Mike White loses, he's not going to blame everyone else.
Yeah.
No, I don't feel bad about putting 3. I could put more than 3 points up. What are you talking about? You could put more. Stephen Hawking could have put up more than 3 points.
For real.
Just hand it off.
Lowest scoring game. I'm not going to go with my normal strategy here.
I'm not either. I thought about it first round, and I was like, no.
Because the Chiefs, I know the Broncos' defense is good, but
they're going to drop a 40 bomb.
I feel like things could get out of control in that game. Instead, I'm going to go to Monday Night Football, Patriots versus Cardinals.
I was also looking at that one for that. Yeah, neither of them are good teams.
Exactly. Yeah, the Patriots, I guess they're technically in the playoffs right now, or technically like just on the outside, whatever it is.
6-6.
But they're just a very low-scoring team.
They're so boring.
They're just very bland. And the Cardinals are just a hot mess. So I think the Patriots are going to win that game, but I don't think there's going to be like a ton of points. It might be a 17-6, 17-13 type of game here.
Okay. I'm going to go with I'm thinking
Where do you go lowest scoring?
I'm thinking Rams, Raiders, or
Raiders are that game's off the table.
Oh,
I took Devontae Adams.
Took that. My fault. I guess I'll go Steelers, Ravens.
Okay.
I'm going Steelers, Ravens because the Steelers are a bad team, and the Ravens only put up,
10 points.
10 points. And
Lamar Jackson's out.
And Lamar Jackson's out. I think it's just going to be a crap show the whole time, and it's going to be not good. Bunch of picks back and forth. Not a lot of action going on.
Yeah, that I think that's a good pick.
And then what do we have left? We have blowout of the week?
Yes, biggest blowout. Where are you going to go there?
Blowout. I'm going to go Cowboys over Texans.
I knew you were going to go there.
Texans are terrible. Texans are 1-10-1.
An FCS team? Question mark.
They're a high school team.
Yeah.
Go where you belong.
Go back.
Who'd they beat?
They beat the Jaguars like 10-6 or something like that earlier this season.
Who'd they tie?
The Colts. Back in week 1.
Both mid teams.
Yeah. Yeah, they're winning against Jags. Okay, it was 13-6 over the Jags.
Yeah, not a great.
And then
not a great.
They just pretty much get blown out.
Yeah.
Most other weeks.
The Cowboys have one of the best defenses in the league, arguably the best. They have a really solid offense. They don't have the best quarterback, but he's pretty good.
Yeah. And they've got great pieces around him. Zeke and Pollard are a fantastic 1-2 punch at running back.
Zeke is not as good as everyone thinks he is, though. I think Pollard's a lot better.
I think it's almost gotten to the point, though, where Zeke is underrated.
Yeah, but Zeke got the same amount of
Pollard's definitely better.
Pollard's definitely better.
But I think everybody knows that now. It took everybody 3 years to realize it, but like
Zeke is the crop top crusader.
Yeah.
That's both still really good running backs, excuse me.
Yeah.
And they have CeeDee's nuts out there. CeeDee Lamb, my fault. But he's pretty good. And they just have a lot of weapons.
I mean, the Cowboys' offense has been balling their last 5 games. They put up 49 against the Bears.
Yeah.
Put up 28 against the Packers. Put up 40 against the Vikings. 28 against the Giants. 54 against the Colts.
Yeah, and they have the same record as the Chiefs and Bills.
Yeah, they do, 9-3.
So
this is a really good Cowboys team.
Yes.
I can't wait to see how they collapse in January.
I cannot wait to see how they lose.
How are they going to do it this year? Because this might be the best Cowboys team that I've seen since I started paying attention, outside of maybe 2016. They were really good that year too, but I feel like this team is more complete. It's a better defense than that 2016 squad.
Yeah.
Dak and Zeke, they were both rookies back then. Zeke's not as good as he was when he was a rookie because he led the league in rushing, but he's still great. And Dak is
and they have Pollard
one of the
now.
better quarterbacks. Exactly. They got Tony Pollard now too.
I think Dak's a top 10 quarterback.
Yeah, like a fringe top 10.
Fringe top 10.
Like he's number 10.
9 or 10.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, I think they're good. And
Do you think the Cowboys are going to cover? They're 17-point favorites.
yes, I do.
You think you're going to beat them by more than 17?
Yes.
Okay.
And dang, I lost my train of thought. But it's your turn.
It is my turn.
I'll come back to it if I remember it.
Biggest blowout. I'm going to go with the Titans over the Jaguars because Tennessee has just, like, historically, they've owned Jacksonville. Every time I think of Titans Jaguars, I feel like every time that happens, Derrick Henry adds another highlight to, like, his Hall of Fame reel where I remember on a Thursday night a few years ago, he went for, I think, 99 yards against Tennessee or against Jacksonville. And, you know, it's nice for him being able to play the Texans and the Jaguars twice a season.
Yeah.
Because I think I think he's going to be the first, like, dual owner in the NFL. Like, he owns two teams.
Yeah, because, you know, the Packers own the Bears.
Mm-hmm.
Or more specifically, Aaron Rodgers owns the Bears. He's their daddy.
Mm-hmm. Aaron Rodgers also owns the Cowboys, but
Oh, well, I wouldn't say that.
he's like 7-1 all time against them.
Okay. But, like, they don't play.
And every time he's gone to their stadium, he's won, including in the Super Bowl.
Fun stuff. Great.
Maybe Derrick Henry's the second dual team owner. The first to own two teams inside of the same division, too, because, yeah, I know Tennessee's coming off that loss, but they're still like a certified tier 2 team, which means they beat the teams that they need to beat. And Jacksonville's one of the teams they need to beat, and I think they're gonna beat them by 20 plus.
I don't think they're gonna go that hard.
We'll see which version of Trevor Lawrence shows up.
Yeah, I think the tall, pretty woman's gonna come back and shoot some shots downfield.
Yeah, after doing nothing against the Lions.
Yeah, he kind of goes back and forth. He's hot and cold.
He really is.
Which is not great for fantasy, and you have him in fantasy.
I do. And, like, I only start him in, like, select games, and, of course, whenever I do, he just poops the bed.
You just start him in this game, because I think he'll go off.
Maybe. It's him or Geno. Geno's going against the Panthers, so.
Yeah. And you had Garoppolo, too, which sucks.
But, I mean, the one time I played him, he had, like, his best game in years, and it won me a huge upset, so.
I suppose, yeah.
And then I cut him, and then he broke his ankle.
Yeah. Is that our draft?
That is our draft. All right.
Oh, I was talking about my thought process that I lost. I was talking about Cooper Rush. That's what I was thinking of.
Yeah.
I was thinking the Cowboys team went 3-1 in games where they had Cooper Rush, and it was a close game at the end. And they let a mid quarterback. Cooper Rush is like, if you compare him against the other stars in the league, he's probably like 30, 32, something like that. He's
a solid backup.
He's a good backup, but he would not make a good starter.
Yeah.
And he still won 3 out of the 4 games because of his team. I think if you put him on almost any other team, he wouldn't have done that.
He won 4 out of 5.
Oh, that's right.
Yep.
He won 4 out of 5.
Beat the Bengals, the Giants, the Redskins, the Rams, and then lost to the Eagles.
Yeah, the Eagles are a really good team. I think that's the only really team that could support a very mid quarterback.
The Eagles?
I think the Eagles are not the only other team that could support him.
I don't know because
they have
they're
a
so
really good offensive line and they have a good rushing.
They are, but they're so. I feel like it was such a big part of their offense is Jalen Hurts running typically.
Yeah.
I mean Tennessee, they went into that game shutting down his running, so he said, "Okay, I'll beat you with my arm." So I would argue that even there, like I think Dallas is like the best spot for someone like a Cooper Rush.
Yeah, and now they have Dak, who's a good quarterback.
Yep.
He's not even like mid. He's not like upper mid. He's good.
Mm-hmm.
He's a good quarterback in the NFL.
Yep.
And then I think they're a really good team. I think they have a chance at the Super Bowl.
Yeah, especially now with the 49ers. I mean, they're still in it, but I don't know. In my mind, they've kind of been taken out of that Super Bowl conversation.
Yeah, they lost 2 starters.
And now it's like, who comes out of the NFC? The Eagles?
Yep.
Maybe, but I don't know. Most of my playoff prediction stuff, I've been giving them an L in one of their playoff games. The Vikings, I don't trust them.
The Bucks.
The Bucks,
I mean,
no.
Brady.
And that's it. Like, this is maybe the worst team he's ever been on. And if he loses, I think 2 more games, it's going to be the worst record he's ever had. Which is crazy because he's never had a losing record.
Dang.
So even if they go like 9-8, it'll be the worst team he's been on.
Wow.
But yeah, and then it's like, is it the Cowboys? Because I think the Cowboys and the Eagles are the 2 best teams in the NFC.
And they're both in the same
they just happen to
division.
be in the same division, so one of them's not getting a home game.
Well, I think the
At least in
Niners
the
are
first
better if they have a starting quarterback.
Oh yeah,
I think they're the best team in the NFC if they have even Garoppolo.
but I almost feel like the Cowboys. I don't want to say like a mini Niners, but they're built somewhat similarly, even on like the basic level of just great offense, great defense.
Yeah, because they have that nice, really solid running game. Because the running game that the Niners have, they have one of the best receiving backs in the league. And then they have a really good wide back too.
Yep.
In Deebo Samuels. And it's really important to be able to play 2 positions there because they're both like the best players on the team right now. And they do really good.
Yep.
They go hard. And Kittle's really good too. Kittle's a really good blocking tight end, and he's a really good receiving tight end. I think they should give him the ball more. But,
Oh yeah.
But, I mean, they don't really have to because they have McCaffrey out there catching. He lines up at wide receiver all the time. And they have Deebo out there. He can run and catch. And it's just really – it sucks that they don't have a good quarterback.
Yeah, well, I mean, we'll see with Purdy. He played solid against Miami, so.
Yeah, we were just watching something right before the throw.
Yeah, he
It
made
was a really
some
solid
ballsy
throw.
throws out there.
Yeah.
All right, I'll lead us in our pick'ems.
I always –
Every time. I like saying that. Thursday Night Football, Raiders at Rams.
You're thinking Rams go, right?
I'm going Raiders.
Going Rams? Or going Raiders, excuse me. That's what I was
Yes,
Trying
I'm
to
going
say.
Vegas.
I'm also going Vegas. The Rams are bad, and they don't have a...
Rams dropped their 7th straight.
Yeah, and also they have Baker Mayfield.
He's not going to play this week.
He's not going to play this week, but that's who they have, and that's
Yeah.
terrible to have.
It's going to be at least 1 more week. I would say probably 2 more weeks of John Wolford, just because Mayfield's it's a completely new offense and all that for him. Bills hosting the Jets. I'm taking Buffalo.
I'm also taking Buffalo. Vikings, Lions.
Vikings, Lions. Give me Detroit in the upset.
I can see it. I can.
That's why I picked it.
But I don't know. That's kind of tough. I'm gonna go Lions.
Okay.
I think they're a good team. They were winning 3 straight, and then they lost to a really good Bills team by 4.
By 3.
By 3. Yeah.
It took a big game winning drive there by Josh Allen.
That's right. Yeah. Don't give him or Mahomes 13 seconds.
Yeah.
Right.
The Battle of Texas, Texans at Cowboys.
Texans and Cowboys. Cowboys blow out the Texans.
For real. Battle of Ohio, Browns at Bengals. Joe Burrow is, I think, 0-5 all time against the Browns.
Really?
Including on Halloween night when they lost 32-13.
That's right, they did. Oh shoot. I still have to go Bengals here though.
Same. They're a very hot team right now, and the Browns are very much not a hot team.
And they just got Jamar Chase.
If the Browns had played any other team last week, they're losing.
We just got Jamar. I'm currently.
That's
a
right.
Bengals
You're a
fan.
Bengals fan right now.
We just got Jamar Chase back, and
he balled out.
yeah, what's his name? P Water or something?
P. Ryan.
P Ryan.
Samaje P. Ryan.
Samaje P Ryan goes hard.
And Joe Mixon could come back for this game. I think.
I don't want him to though, because I have P Ryan on my
On your
fantasy team.
team.
I want him to ball out and get 20 points again.
That way you can stay in 11th place.
Yeah, and also P Ryan's like
He's
good.
nice.
He's good.
Yeah.
He's not like Joe Mixon was good too. I think both of them in that backfield. I think they're split it more evenly now.
Yeah, I could see that.
because of what P. Ryan did. And like that man is the angriest dude on the field. You see those stiff arms? He like dribbles full grown men, like 250-pound dudes. He just grabs their heads and slams them into the ground.
Yeah.
Like,
did you see that Najee Harris did that this week against the Falcons?
I did see that. Yeah, he disrespected that man.
For real.
I love seeing the Trap House Sports. He's like, man, if you do that to me, you'll come back to your car and it'll be keyed.
Yeah.
I will spray paint your house.
Speaking of running backs disrespecting other people, Titans, Jaguars.
Titans. Hey,
Yes.
give me Derrick Henry. The king.
Give me Derrick Henry disrespecting Jacksonville.
Yeah.
To just an unreal level. Eagles, Giants.
Ugh. The Eagles are a better team.
They are. The Giants kind of feel like they're falling apart down the stretch.
Yeah. I like their coach.
Yeah, they lost against the Lions and the Cowboys and then tied with Washington. They lost to the Seahawks. Like, of their last 5 games, they've only beat the Texans.
That's not good.
It's not.
Yeah, I have to go Eagles then.
I'm going Eagles. Steelers, Ravens. We've picked the same on every game so far.
Yeah, we have. And I think that's because we're both trying to play smart.
I'm taking the Ravens. I don't care if they have a backup quarterback in. The Steelers suck.
That is a very sound assessment. I'm going to also go Ravens.
Okay, so we're like both like 0-5 right now.
Stop talking.
Chiefs, Broncos.
I'm going to go Broncos. No, I was kidding. It's a joke. It's Chiefs.
Okay, that's also where I'm going. You think the Broncos score more than over-under 13.5 points?
I'm going to say under because I think they'll score 9.
I was going to say I think they score 13, so I guess I'm taking the unders on that as well. Yeah, Chiefs.
Panthers, Seahawks.
Give me the Seahawks, but I think the Panthers are kind of frisky.
Stop choosing. I'm also going
I picked first. I just think last time we saw the Panthers 2 weeks ago, Sam Darnold looked all right.
Yeah, he wasn't
It was
bad.
against Denver, but I mean Denver's got a great defense. So
yeah, it's a very frustrated defense right now.
it is.
It's kind of sad to see because like they could be a good team.
Oh yeah,
But
easily.
they really, really are not. Their head coach is an idiot.
Yeah, and Russell Wilson is a bum.
Russell Wilson's terrible. Maybe he's doing that on purpose to get out of his contract so he can just retire.
I don't know why he wouldn't just retire, but
But now he gets all the guaranteed money though.
he's already a multimillionaire.
Just
He needed all those extra bathrooms.
that's my theory. Okay.
Buccaneers at 49ers.
Niners. Give me Niners.
I'm also going Niners.
Gosh dang it.
We have 2 games left to choose.
Dolphins, Chargers.
I'm going Dolphins.
This is my upset. So
It
I'm
is.
going Chargers.
We have one difference.
One difference. and I
Monday
hope I
Night
get it.
Football, Patriots, Cardinals. I'm going Patriots.
Yeah, it's Patriots.
We had one difference.
I really hope I get it and you stay below 500.
Oh no, no! I need that. Well, actually, no. I could miss that and still get above 500.
Yeah, but I hope
It's
that's
just
what
that
you
means I
need.
won't be catching up to you.
2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12. There's 13 games this week.
Yeah,
I hope-
because
I hope
Falcons-
you get 6 right.
Falcons, Packers, Bears, Colts, Saints, and Commanders are all on bye. So.
I hope you get 6 of these predictions right so that you get 7 wrong and I get 7 right.
You want to go 7 and 6?
I'm fine with that because we tied.
Oh yeah.
So if we get the same thing here, it's going to keep our records the same.
Yep.
It's going to keep our percentages a little bit different because I'm going to be closer to 500 then if I lose a lot and you lose a lot.
Yeah.
But I'll take that. I'll take that shot there. We didn't take any upsets.
I mean, if you just want to stay on top, you just pick the exact same game as me every week.
yeah,
And
but then I just
have
get
no way of
close.
catching you.
Yeah, but that's boring.
It
I want to
is.
gap you even harder.
Stop. I mean, it's been working.
It has been working, and I've been loving it. Do. McDonald's.
Sounds like some kind of like knockoff.
Do.
McDonald's.
McDonald's. McDonald's. It's like MACK.
This episode brought to you by McDonald's. Do.
Do. Love.
Okay.
Love it.
It's too late for this crap.
Okay. Yeah.
Okay. Thank you guys
Bye, guys.
for watching, listening,
Bye.
all the above. Leave a
Bye.
comment, leave a review. See ya.
Love you. Do.